Hello. Can you guys hear me okay? I see there's a couple people here now. Hello. How is everybody today? Yes, I know you can't do that. Thank you, computer. How's everybody's nano going so far? Did you have a good week? I didn't get any writing done so far today, so this will be really helpful for me to get stuff done. I'm also very behind. The last week I was sick most of the week, so I only wrote a little over 3,000 words, I think it was. So that's not great. So hoping to get quite a bit done today. Okay, all good. So now the one person that was here went to go on a phone call. So we'll see. I see there's one other person here, but I don't know if it's because I have another screen open. But it's under my username. So probably not. But I don't know. Let's do our first sprint at 7:05 for 5 minutes. Hello, new people. We're getting ready to start our first sprint in just 1 minute. It's going to be for 5 minutes. How is everybody's nano projects going so far? Have you been able to keep up with the word count? Okay, it's 7:05, so with 5 minutes on the clock, let's get started. Just about 2 minutes left in this sprint. $30. Okay, and that is time. How did everyone do that time? So that was a 5-minute sprint. I got 183 words that go around, which is really good because I'm just starting a new chapter. Usually I'm pretty slow. So how did you all do with that? That's okay. I'll be here probably for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So if you can't stay right now, you can maybe come back in a little bit. If not, I will be here next week. I'm going to be doing this every Sunday. Today is just Monday because I had some other stuff for work yesterday and I was down for the count and was not doing a live sprint yesterday. Live stream. Thank you. Got my story document up. Awesome. So, what is everyone working on this time around? I don't know if any of you were here last week when I talked about what my project is. So I don't know. You know, or what your project is. I don't know what your project is. I don't know if I'm rambling. But I am doing a YA science fiction military type of story, kind of like Ender's Game, where they go to a military academy. So the first block of my story is her still on Earth, and I just finished. We're still on Earth, but block 2 is going to be her transition to going off-world to what is formerly known, as we know it, as the International Space Station. That is now, in brackets, Academy, because I don't know what to call it yet. I should think almost halfway through I figured out, but I haven't really been able to write too much. So now that we had a little bit of a warm up, NaNoWriMo finished drafting the Y Supernatural Horror. Wow. That is a lot. That's pretty cool. Why a supernatural horror novella? That I'm interested, but I probably wouldn't read it because I don't like horror that much. Like, it depends on what it is. There's certain horrors I like, others I kind of like. And 260,000 words is terrifying to me. That in itself, that's just such a big document. I was overwhelmed with like 100K, so I can't imagine like wrapping my head around that. I mean, I don't know what your actual name is, but Freckles Face Carrot Top. I mean, last week I was aiming for more, and I ended up only getting like 3,000 words last week just with what I had going on. So that's 3,000, 2,000. It's still making progress in some way. I definitely would suggest breaking that into 2 books. If you can, KJ, I don't even know. I don't even know. Like, how long was the longest Harry Potter book? Let's do some Googling. Order of the Phoenix. Order of the Phoenix was 257,045 words. So, I mean, if you wanted Order of the Phoenix, like the American edition sized book, you could do that. But if it's your first book you're publishing, I wouldn't suggest it. It may not be. You may scare off some people, but other people would be like, yes, give me that book. So, you never know. I mean, if Stephen King can sell, I mean, it's also Stephen King, so pretty much anything with his name on it, people will buy. But I mean, if he can sell it, that has like over 1,000 pages, how long is it? I mean, you can sell most things. Oh, it's not going to tell me. What is your King word count? Ha ha. I have no idea. But yeah, I really don't. I'm having a hard time breaking it up because the midpoint isn't really climax for the end of the book. I honestly have a very hard time with endpoints and like figuring out where to end and where to have like the nice drop off. I will say that Saba Tahir series, The Ember and the Ashes, is really different. At least I feel like it's the books that I've read recently, where it has the main climax, and then I listen to the audiobooks because it's easier with my commute. There's usually half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour of audio left after, so it's like a chapter or two. I would say at least 5 to 10,000 words after the main climax. So I don't know if that helps out. The end of my book is the end, book 1 of the series. Yes, yeah. I'm definitely like I'm working on this story, and I don't know what's happening after this. Yeah, I'm also aiming for 80,000 with this book as well for a science fiction book. I'm hoping my initial goal was to draft at least 60K during Nano and then finish the book by December 15th. I don't know if that's going to happen at this point, but we're going to try. That's my goal deadline. It may just be shifted to the end of the year. Because I've got some bookish events coming up that will take a good portion of my life. Exactly. Trying is the best. This is not a Yoda moment. So, do we want to go for a 10-minute sprint at 7:20? Or do we want to jump right into it? Doesn't matter to me. I just got to get the timer queued up. We hope you will. If not, we will see you in the future. All right, 10 minutes. All right, so I've got 10 minutes on the clock. If you are all ready, let me know in the comments and we will get started. Okay. Okay. That's not what I meant to hit. Okay. And let's go. 50 seconds. And time. How did you all do that go around? I got 335 words that time, so I about doubled my word count from the last one. Yeah, my mom texted me like halfway through because she wants me to send her a picture. I was like, no, Mom, I can't right now. I mean, I didn't respond to her yet, but I will send her the picture now. But 258 is still good. That's pretty much what I've been averaging the last little bit when I've been doing word sprints. I haven't been doing great. So I'm really happy I'm on a roll so far today. I've done 518 words so far today, which is like more than I did like this week in some cases because I was so sleepy between being sick and the show. It was just time this week. So I'm happy to finally be on a roll again. Let's see, Mom wants this picture. Let's do that. Found I write the same amount in 10 minutes as I did in 20 minutes. So I guess I like the shorter sprints for focus. I'm like in between. I don't feel like I do as good with like a 10 or 15 or 20-minute sprint, but usually with a 30-minute sprint, I can hit 1K or just under. Like I think last week when I did a few, it was like right around 980. But someone always has to be leading it. I can't, unless I'm doing I haven't done a 30-minute sprint, but this yet. But if I'm just on my own doing it and I like set a timer, I won't reach it. But if like I'm on Twitter doing the nano sprints there, I can definitely hit it. It's weird. I don't know what it is. I need like that pressure of reporting it to someone else. I find that with a lot of them though. I get distracted very easily if I am writing by myself. Okay. Yes, accountability is a big thing. A lot of times I will let my boyfriend also know how my writing is going because that helps me to focus. So you said you're working on a novella. Is there like a certain structure that you're working on within that? I don't really know how I would outline a novella. I guess I've written one for my senior thesis, but it was also part of a much larger narrative, so I don't really know. But that makes me curious because I'm really trying to use like an outlining structure a lot more this nano. and see if it helps me since it's a new genre for me. Oh, she wants a whole bunch of pictures. Okay. Hang on. No. Yes. Yes. I'm trying with this one to do first person, singular point of view, where for my other book, if you don't know, I wrote a book. Haha. This one slash I think this one has 6 point of views and book 2 has 8. Yeah, it's like 8 point of views. Oh yeah, so it's short. My thesis was the backstory to this, so that helped it be shorter. But yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, it kind of helped because when I did it, there's like 5 main characters that are the 5 rituals. Okay, ritual. Oh, I just hit the mic. I'm sorry. So they each have a point of view. Her sister and her father have point of views. So her father is more of a minor one, just for like background information, because he's in a completely different area. And then one of the other main point of views. But they all kind of, it's kind of like there's all these different points of views, but then they pair up. So, say you and I had a storyline going on, we would just alternate with the audience whose point of view, but we're selling one plot line. That's how I've been doing it to make it a lot easier on myself. It does get a bit confusing when everybody comes together and it's like, well, shit, who needs to talk now? So when they were all separated, it was so much easier. So book 3 is going to be a time. I haven't figured out anything for book 3. I'm taking like a break and being like, nope, you're in the corner. Goodbye. And that's why I'm doing the sci-fi one because it's completely different, which has been very nice. But yeah, audiobook is going to be really difficult. Either doing it myself or finding someone that can do that many different point of view voice styles, and there's male and female voice as well. Because I found a couple people I really like their female voices, but then they do men, and I'm just like, that's not what I'm looking for whatsoever. Yes, I definitely like changing genres and being indie. I don't feel as much pressure to be in one box. Yeah, this baby's been out for a year already, and I grew up very much alternating between audiobook and physical books. And now that I primarily read audiobooks, it's definitely something that's in my head, and I want to get it into audio. I just don't currently have the tools or the skills to feel super confident doing it myself. I have been told by people that I should do it because I took acting training, but I don't think that makes me qualified to be a narrator. Um, that's just my opinion. I know it's a lot of work, and part of the reason I am self-published is because I'm a control freak and want to make sure things are done to my standard, even though editing and things like that by like professional companies probably would be higher standard in some cases, but I don't know. That's a whole other tangent. But yeah, getting it in audio is something that I very much want to have happen for my stuff. I don't know when it'll happen. It's a 5-year goal for me at this point. Okay, I need to send a few pictures to my mother real quick. That's it. Like I think I could do it. I just don't think it would be to the standard that I would want it to be, and I would feel very self-conscious through a lot of it, I feel like. I don't know. Yeah. Um, like I'm sure in 5 years I could learn how to do it for myself and get it done well. But sorry, I'm just scrolling through months of pictures to find one of my baby brother and I to send to my mom. Um, it's something I want. I don't. Oh, I passed it. It's not in that album. Okay, good to know. Maybe here. I've listened to a couple audiobooks done by the authors, and I really enjoy listening to them because they bring something different to the table and something that like they know how the characters' names are pronounced and things. Like I had my book, I had a trailer done and or not a trailer, but a clip done, like auditioned by a few, and a couple of the names were said wrong like immediately. And I don't have like super complicated names, so it was just kind of like, huh. It's like the names in my head have been there for years, like Shauna, which doesn't seem that strange to me, and Philippe was pronounced Philip a couple times, and I was just like, no. But there's just little things where the author's going to be the main person that would know that, and not too many weird names. But I guess the place names get kind of weird in my books, but that happens with fantasy. Yeah, I had a 5 year goal to get my book published, and then I kind of said screw it and published it within a year because I wanted it out, but I also had been doing the research for 2 years at that point, and I was like, I can actually move this whole thing up because I had a graphic designer live. There was a lot of things that went right in order to get the book out last year. That go through. So we did a 10-minute sprint and a 5 minute sprint. Do we want to do a 15-minute sprint? Do we want to do a 20-minute sprint? Do we want to do a 30-minute sprint? What are people up for? We can do 15 and then I gotta head out, unfortunately. Okay, then let's do that 15. Let's have the 15-minute sprint starting at, where's my mouse? There we go. 15-minute sprint and starting at 7:45. That sounds good. People can get their drinks, get a snack, and then get going. 7:45. I'm just making sure that I have all of my documents all together because I've been working off of Google Docs and Scrivener, so I gotta make sure that everything is all together, nice and happy. Make sure my word counts are correct, pretty much is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, okay, that's all correct. About 1 more minute until we head out again into writing lands. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just talking crap. All right, it is 7:45, so let's go for 15 minutes. We are a third of the way through our sprint. Hope it's going well. 2-minute warning. Okay, that is time for a 15-minute sprint. How did you all do? That was definitely a really good sprint for me. I don't know how you did. I hit 536 words that time, and that brought my total word count for the day to 1,054 words, which is pretty good. There is a ton of typos in there, but that's what happens when you're sprinting. Hey, 360 is still progress. I didn't really get super far until like the last 5 minutes. Then it was like, words galore. I was pretty much on pace for my last two. It was like, oh, wait, here's a train of thought. So, what is your word count for the day, Nubbly KJ? I'm going to update my nano counter. I just started with this. Stream too. I was busy all day, so I'm glad that this helped me get some progress. Well, okay, someone is an overachiever. I'm only at 11,323 words, so You are like, you're good. You can do like 2 words a day and you'd still be done in time. Let's see, what is my percentages? I have never gotten done that early. The fastest I have gotten done with Nano is about a week before the 10K. Yeah, I wish I could do a 10K day. The max I've ever done was a 6K day, and I did a vlog of it last year. Well, I did weekly vlogs, but you see me vlogging it last year. My last day of Nano was 6K, and it was also the day that I opened a show. So you just see me writing and panicking all day, take about 5 hours off for the show, and then write until midnight. And I actually finished right before midnight. And then I think there's so many people trying to validate that the website crashed. So I actually messaged the Nano people, and they're like, yeah, just reset your time zone. So I changed my time zone to Seattle and then updated my word count and got the official win. But I did technically win beforehand. It just didn't validate in time. But they were like, yeah, no, that's fine. So I guess that's a cheat for any of you, though you're going to be fine. um, so that's I guess, a cheat. If you're making progress on the last day, you can change your thing on that last day to a different time zone to try to help yourself out. I am 22% of the way through the Nano project needed. I don't know why it's saying I need 933 words, because I wrote more than 1,000 words. This should only be 667. Unless it's counting like words I need today to finish on time. I don't know. Yes, so we are going to be I'm going to be hanging around a little bit longer and doing a few more sprints. We're definitely not too late for sprints. I know some people had to be leaving, but we've been slowly working our way up. We did, I'm like slouching, a 5-minute, a 10-minute, a 15-minute, I think was the last one we did. So, yes, 15 was the last one we did. So may do a 20, may jump up to a 30-minute 1K. We'll see if that's something that you are up for. I don't know how many people can stay around. Or maybe break it up into 2 15-minute sprints-ish. You tell me. I don't have anything else to do tonight, so this is what I'm going to be doing. Whether or not I'm live, I'm going to be sitting here writing. Okay. Okay, I've got music going, and I just keeps going through the Lindsey Sterling Christmas album, and I don't need the Christmas album. I need Go, Go, Go. Awesome. Let's bump up. Let's just continue our jumping up, and let's do a 20-minute timer then. And we'll do another minute or so, and then we'll get going into it. Do you listen to music when you write, or can you not do that? I am definitely someone that needs some sort of thing in the background. Um, so I've got some Lindsey Sterling going on quietly in the background, but a lot of times I'll have a YouTube video going over in the background as well, sometimes. What kind of music do you like to listen to? Generally, I need music that doesn't have words, but I feel like Lindsey Sterling, because there's enough of a beat, that if there is some words, I don't notice it. The last few years when I've been working on my book series, I have been listening to the playlist to the Assassin's Creed video games. And there's an entire playlist of all of the games on Spotify. I want to say it's like 10 hours long. I've tried to make playlists for books. I am not very good at that. So I just kind of pick one thing, and that's like my thing. I feel like though I need to like narrow it down a bit more for this book. Yeah, if you don't have the Assassin's Creed, if you don't have Spotify, then I am sad for you. But if you are and you're able to get it, it's literally just Assassin's Creed official game soundtracks. It's 530 songs and it's 22, so it's even 22 hours long. It's like all of the games, which is always fun when like a Black Flag comes up and then it's like pirate music. You're like, this has nothing to do with the story I'm writing, but this is great. Let's start the 20-minute sprint. I'm knocking things off my desk. Let's start the 20-minute sprint in 1 minute and 8:10. So we'll go until 8:30. Ooh, I should look into Lord of the Rings music. That would be really good. That would also be something that would be right up my alley. All right, it is 8:10, so let's get started with our 20-minute sprint. Just over 10 minutes left in our 20-minute sprint. Halfway there, folks. Halfway there. 5-minute warning. 5 minutes. "58 seconds." And that is time. I am tired now. My brain is dead. How did you do? I was definitely on a roll, though. I will say that. That was a good session for me. Awesome. That's a real jump on your last one, isn't it? You had like 3 something? You had 360 last time. So yeah, you're like going up by like 120 the last time each time, I think, or something like that. I was flying. I'm in an action scene right now, so those are always fun to write. I got 797 words last time. Some of it is I just saw a really bad typo. Yes, writing grooves are fun. So one is writing some pretty dark stuff though, so I don't feel so good. Yeah, I'll be getting into some of that dark stuff soon. I did get some not so fun stuff, which is why chapter 3 took me like all week last week. Yeah, I was on a roll. I mean, a lot of it was just repeating, and she did this again and again and again because she's going through a form of testing right now. So the same sort of movements repeated. And describing that is interesting. So what does that put me for the day? I think that puts me over 797. We started that sprint. When did we start that sprint? 8:10. Yeah, I feel the dark. Not doing super well with the dark stuff. Chapter 3 for me was very long. It actually also ended up being like 4,500 words. So hey, that's good. I'm working on trying to figure out where I am for the day as well. It's saying I still need 136 words. I feel like I should be done at this point. Yeah. Okay, so it must be with the new site. If you get behind, it automatically calculates like how many words you need a day to catch up. Because I've done 1,851 words today, but it's still saying that I need another 136. I think that'd be 2K. Do I need 2K a day to finish at this point? I feel like I might. I don't know. Does anybody know if that's a thing? But my graph definitely looks a lot better than it's looked lately. Yeah, I definitely prefer. I feel like the more I use it, the more I prefer the old site. There is certain things that I like about the new site, and I like the way that they're doing them, but I definitely feel like I miss the old site. I appreciated it. So music. You can't hear the music I'm listening to. Okay. I think I'm up for like 1 or 2 more sprints, shorter ones. So what do we say about like 2, 5 minute, or just drop it down to 10-minute and then a 5-minute sprint and call it a night? How's that sound, my streaming folks? Cool. All right. Let's let's have another like 2-minute break and reset our brains and go for 10 minutes starting at 8:37. It'll be a weird timer, but it is what it is. What are you looking at? My cat's over here. My cat's over here in the corner. She's been being good. Yes, I'm on the East Coast. I am in northern New York. So not in New York City, but more north. Yeah, it is very dark, and we were supposed to be getting between 6 to 10 inches of snow. It's a decent amount since I got home. Not a ton, definitely not 12 inches, but yeah. One of my friends has been really confusing me lately because she's studying abroad in England, and she said something about being dinner time the other day at like noon, and I was like, what? Time zones are weird. So I'm sure it is a much different weather situation in California. But it is 8:37, so let's go. Oh, you're both in California. Well, okay. It's almost my bedtime. Not really. I still have like 2 hours till bedtime. But let's go with those. Ah, it's a kitty. A minute and a half left. Minute 20. Go, 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 go. Okay, stop our 10-minute sprint. Okay. How did you do that time? I got 391 words that time, which definitely puts me over 2,000 for the day, I think. Discord can be a very distracting place. My friends and I have a Discord from college, and it is just, it's a gab fest, so I understand. I actually now have officially written the most I've written of any day so far, So I've got 2,242 words, which means I get a green block on my calendar. I posted on Instagram today. I have like a calendar that I am updating daily along with the website, and it's got like what my word goals are for the day based on what my schedule is for the month. So like all of last week, I pretty much only hit 500 word days. Still was not making those goals, but it just helps me plan out my month a little bit better with how I know my schedule is actually going to be. And there was quite a few days that were like 2,500 that I was feeling like 1,800 or 2,000. But if I can get 250 in the next 5 minutes, I will hit the 250 goal. But I think today was only 1,000, so definitely get a green box, which is cool. I've hit 12,511 words total, so I'm happy. I'm also getting very sleepy, but that could honestly be the wine as well, because I'm a sleepy drunk. No, I'm not drunk, but I just get sleepy. I'm babbling. That also happens. And I'm discovering that this chapter is going to be another one that's going to be very, very long. I'm used to having a lot of shorter chapters, and this book is going to have a lot of much longer chapters. Or I'm just going to break from my plan of 27 chapters and end up having a ton of long chapters. I don't know. But the last, bit has been all about that one test. So I don't know if KJ had to go or not. So yeah. Zoe, how has your writing been this week? Since I don't think I asked you earlier. Oh, you're here. You're both in a Discord group. How was your writing this week, Zoe? If you're the same Zoe as last week. I'm assuming you are. How has your writing been this past week throughout Nano? I usually end up jumping around. I'm trying really hard not to, because even though I do have a, yeah, things are going well. If you hit 25K, that's awesome. I think I'm trying to go linear. I usually end up jumping around. I'm trying really hard to go linearly. That still doesn't sound right. I'm still trying to go in order because I'm just discovering things as I go. But the next couple blocks are the main parts that I know because they're where the story came from. So, yeah. I think our last sprint is going to be just a quick 5-minute little one off. And then I don't know if you have any questions you'd want to try to get an answer for. I can try to answer them. I just keep slouching. As the sprints go on, I slide down in the chair. If you have any questions, I can try to answer them in between or after the next sprint. Doesn't matter. You want to say hi? I don't know where you went. Athena, you want to come say hi? Yeah? Come here. What are you doing? Come here. Hi. Come up here. No? Where are you going? Do you want to say hi to the people? She's looking at me like, Mom, you're alone. Come here. This is my fluffy baby. Say hello. That's a microphone. Oh, we're loving on the microphone. Yeah. This is my sleepy baby. Aren't you? This is Athena. Oh, we're moving the whole computer. Let's not move the whole computer. Yes, Athena. This is my baby. She shows up from time to time in my videos. She'll like walk in the background. Are you gonna stay here for the next sprint? Or are you gonna go back to bed? Are you gonna be annoyed at my typing? She'll sometimes get very annoyed and like try to bite my hands because I'm not petting her. But she's also very soft and very warm, so your hands get like covered in fur. Oh yes. I have an annoyed tail going on right now because I'm not petting. But let's go. Can you hear her purring? I don't know if you can. But let's go for our next sprint for our last 5-minute sprint starting at 8:05, and we are well past 8:05. 8:55 until 9 o'clock. How's that sound, Katie? Let's adjust the timer. Let's see how my typing goes. It might end up being one-handed this go. Do you, the friends that are in the stream, do you? Oh, I won't touch your tail. I'm sorry. Do you have little furry friends that distract you from your writing? Oh, it's 8:55. Let me know if you have any furry friends. We'll see how long she lasts. Oh, that's how long. That's how long we lasted. 5 minutes on the clock. Hey, lizards are still fun too. One of my friends has quite a few lizards. She calls her apartment the Mermaid Cove. She's got a ton of lizards and chameleons and things. technically your brothers. They can technically be yours too. You can just claim them as your own. That's my idea. And that is time. How did you do that time? I only got 124 words that go because I got distracted by my cat and the function of words, and I needed a few names that I had to look up. Nice, 53. Yeah, that kind of, I finished that section of like the test that she was doing, and then I went, oh, now how do we transition to this next thing that I need to happen? That's for tomorrow me to figure out. That's definitely a little tip. Like, if you're getting stuck, and you notice you keep getting stuck because you keep finishing scenes, don't finish a scene. Just leave the scene open-ended and then leave it for future you to figure out. Because then you have somewhere to lead off from. Another Christmas song is on. I don't need any more Christmas songs. Let's pause the music. Okay. So yeah, do you have any questions that or troubles so far, Nano, that I may be able to give some help or insight for? Um, how are things going? General thing, just a little Q&A before wrapping up for tonight. Of course, I will be here again next Sunday. Oh, are you hosting a live stream in an hour? I probably will be in my bed at that point, but because I have work in the morning. But that's cool. If you're hosting live streams, I hope yours goes well. That's true. It is only 7 there, so I'm doing it 7 to 9. So that makes sense. How do I keep my motivation up? I usually keep my motivation up by trying to think of, well, I partially try to think of like what future me can do with this extra time if I get it done. So, like, I know for me, this coming week, I have an author event on Saturday. So I don't know, and the event is about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, depending on snow. I haven't looked at the weather for the week yet, from my house. And it's a 2-hour event, just that. I don't know how long I'll be hanging out for. So I know if I can get myself some buffer room, I won't have as much pressure in the future to get it done. That's kind of how I think about it during Nano is buffer time is always good in case you need a lazy day or a 0 day or whatever it may be. Also, I am highly competitive with myself. Um, so I am definitely one that one of the benefits of the new site is it has like this graph, like the daily word count graph that shows how your thing is. I am definitely one that wants to see how high I can make the little thing go. Now, it's one of those words also, like how high can I make it go, but also have like usable content for later. um, Last year, I definitely had a few sentences that ended up in my second book that when I was in the revision state, I was like, what? This is clearly a nano line because it was like one of the characters is pretty much an earthbender, so he was making like a mountain to stand up on and be higher. And I wrote, the higher he went, the higher he got. That's the kind of stuff that I get during nano, so it's also like that content versus or quality versus quantity. So sometimes I'll go back through if I'm having a hard time motivating myself to keep going forward, and that's when I'll backtrack is to edit some of those little sections and be like, hey, I may not be doing great moving forward, but I can clean up what I've already done. Another one of the goofy lines was like his thoughts, a waterfall of his thoughts flew through his head like a waterfall. It was something very redundant. I posted about it on Instagram. It was just like, what is happening? I don't understand. I'm tired. But yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of how a little bit of a motivation tip thing might do. It was a very long-winded motivational answer. So yeah. Any other questions before we wrap it up for the night? Of course. I definitely saw the benefit of them for myself last year, and I know I wanted to do them. So all of my social media links should be listed in the description box down below. I think they're somewhere. They're listed somewhere. So you can follow me and see how I'm going throughout the week. I will be here next Sunday, not Saturday, Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So I guess 5 p.m. your guys' time. So yeah. But happy writing, and I hope it goes well for the rest of your week. I appreciate that. So I do have a mailing list. You can sign up on my website, but that only goes out monthly. So at that point, Nano would be over. But you know, 4 p.m. your time. Okay. Oh yeah, because you're 3 hours behind. One of my roommate used to live in LA, and she was 3 hours behind me. So okay. Well, I will see hopefully you next week, and if not, I will catch you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.